Yeah, go live. And when you're ready, I'll just pull it up on here. Let me know when we're live. All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K. Wednesday law class. Also, remember to check out Commanding Gen.YAHANNA's radio show, Monday night, 2 a.m. GMT time, UK. Also, you have classes in the States, Tuesday through Friday. You have the Brotherhood class, Tuesday, the law class, Wednesday, Scripture breakdown, Thursday, and the Lashon Kodash, which means the Hebrew tongue, on the Friday. So check out those classes. UK times, those start 12 o'clock. Starts a little late, but we also have classes here in the UK. Monday, we have the history class. Wednesday, the law class. Thursday, the scripture breakdown class. Also, we got Purim coming up February 18th and 19th. We're holding it here in the school, 394 Lodge Road. We're holding it right here, man. Come on down. We've already prepped for it. Gonna have all the food, all the bottles. Come on down, man, and find out why we keep the Feast of Purim and why the Feast of Purim is so important. And we're going to touch on it a little bit while we're in class. Because Liam Neeson, the comments that he made, damn, this is why we have the Feast of Purim, man. This is why we celebrate the Passover. This is why we celebrate what's the one in Maccabees, the Feast of Dedication and so forth. Because listen, all our enemies want us dead, man. Liam Neeson's comments is proof that all of our enemies want us dead. But we also got the Passover coming up. We're getting ready to book that. So if you haven't been contacted or whatnot, contact the school ASAP, man, as soon as possible, because we're getting ready to book it. And then obviously we're all trying to be on the one flight. We're all trying to fly there, the one flight together. So give the school a call. Passover is April 20th. And we're all flying out, man. The whole school this year. We're gonna do it big. We're doing it big, man. So today we're gonna go into a few things. You had the Windrush flight leave this morning, man. The charter flight, that's what they call it. You had the charter flight leave this morning. They said that what? They managed to save 5 people. The over 45 got deported back to Jamaica. It left at about 8 o'clock this morning. They said from Birmingham Airport. 45 people that have been here from those kids, man, got deported. And what's his name? Javid Sajid. Some homosexual East Indian called Javid Sajid. You heard of him? Sajid Javid. I can't remember how his name is. You should have heard him speaking reckless, man. The way he was speaking about our brothers, he was speaking reckless. He was speaking all this garbage. If you could pull up the article for me. So yeah, we're gonna pull up the article. And we're gonna pull up the Liam Neeson article. Then later on, we're also gonna pull up the Stephen Lawrence article. This is a brother that died in 1993. He got murdered by white men in 1993. Most of them didn't go to jail for it. Listen, our enemy's been killing us from then, man. It's not just Liam Neeson that wants black people dead. They wanted black people dead from Genesis the 25th chapter, man. From way back then. So us loving our oppressors, it don't make no sense. We loving the people that want us dead. We fight for the people that want us dead. We try and defend the people. Like what's his name? John Barnes. Did you see him? John Barnes saying that Liam Neeson deserves a medal. He said he deserves a medal, man. This is a black man saying the white man who said he was just looking to kill a black man deserves a medal. But we're gonna pull up the article. Give me a second.
Should Liam Neeson be cancelled? Here is what columnists say on race route. The fierce debate is raging over Liam Neeson controversial admission that he would once kill a random black man.
That he would what?
Once kill a random black man.
So he said he would kill a random black man, meaning any black person he sees. So while we running around talking about, oh, race don't matter, and we all one, and God loves everybody, Liam Neeson don't think so. He didn't say he would kill a random man. He said he'll kill a random black man. So meanwhile, you have some of us that want to separate ourselves from our own people, man, because we want to love the world and we want everybody to be equal, and we want to follow Christianity, that God loves the whole world. Listen, Liam Neeson understands being separate, man. He understands that there's a difference between races. This is why he said he would kill a random black man. Go ahead.
With some suggested his unguarded comment amounted to career suicide.
And they said it amounted to career suicide. Listen, they say this now. But one thing with the news and everything white people do, it blows over within a week or two. Within a week or two, it will blow over. Then they will go back to paying him his money and whatnot. Go ahead.
The only question anyone in Hollywood will be asking for some time to come is Liam who? Said the newspaper pundit. Another called his remarks terrifying, sickening, and really saddening.
They said the called his remarks terrifying, sickening, and really saddening. Listen, this is the nature of white people, man. White people are sickening, man. White people are terrifying, man. And this is why it's best we just stay away from them. This is why the Lord told us to separate ourselves from them. This is why the Lord told us to do us and just keep his laws, statutes, and commandments and be separate from them, man. Because he said he wanted to go kill a random black man. He went out looking to kill a random black man. He said he was looking for a week. He was going out for a week to kill a random black man. Go ahead.
Another fucker. Yet he has received support elsewhere.
Yet he has what?
Received support elsewhere.
So this devil made these racist remarks and he's received support. Guess who received support from a black man? He received report from a black man. He receives report from John Barnes. John Barnes was a footballer. He received report from John Barnes, man, a footballer who received a ton of racism. One time I was playing football, someone threw a banana peel on the pitch. And that's who received report from. Listen, black people have Stockholm syndrome, man. They love their captors. They love their oppressors way too much. Go ahead.
You have received support elsewhere, with one columnist suggesting he was brave to admit a terrible thought.
With what?
He was brave to admit a terrible thought.
Saying he was brave to admit a terrible thought. This is how he still feels, man. He still feels that way. Don't make him lie to you and be like, oh, that was just at a time. He's Irish, man. The Irish are known for being racist. Especially Conor McGregor when he was saying to Mayweather, dance for me, boy. Remember that part? When he was saying to Mayweather, dance for me, boy. Mayweather whooped his ass in that ring, man. Mayweather TKO'd him in that ring, man. And this is the nature of all white people, the racist, and it's just the norm. But when you're in the truth, you understand this, the nature of white people. But when you're a Christian, these things break your heart, man. Because you realize your lover don't love you the way you loved him. And this is why it's time to separate from these devils, man. Go ahead.
Neeson in a racist storm over kill plan. I'm not racist, says Liam.
He said what?
I'm not racist, says Liam.
He said he's not racist. Of course you're racist, man. If you roam in the streets to kill a black man, of course it's racist. Go ahead.
Neeson event cancelled amid race trial. An interview on the Independent on Monday.
Has it got the part where wait, it says his comments and what he was doing for the week when he? Yeah, go ahead.
Published by the Independent on Monday, Neeson revealed that discovering someone close to him had been raped many years ago.
So he said discovering someone close to him had been raped many years ago. Chances are it's a white women. What do white women do? They lie. Listen, have you noticed all these white women's got a rape story? All these white women's got a rape story. Somebody raped them. The other day, someone accused Chris Brown of rape, which was false. Listen, Liam Neeson's friend had a rape story. Who's to say if it's true or not? Go ahead.
Made him want to take out his anger on a random black.
Made him what?
Made him want to take his anger out on a random black person.
So, usually, when one person commits a crime, you deal with the person that commits the crime. This devil right here wanted to charge the whole race. He wanted to charge the whole race. So people ask us, why do we say every white man's the devil the Bible speaks of? Well, guess what? Based off Liam Neeson, he's charging our race for one man. I'm charging their race for one man. It's just how it goes, man. Go ahead.
The 66-year-old said he did not go through with any violence.
He said he did not go through any violence, which obviously he probably did. Who knows? Go ahead. But obviously he's not going to admit to it. Go ahead.
And expressed regret that he had reacted in such a horrible way.
He said he expressed regret. Listen, white man's always crying and regretting stuff. He don't regret it. He's just saying that he just has to sound like he's sorry. Like it says, the white man's words, his words are smoother than butter, man. He would tell you how he's sorry. It wouldn't surprise me if he does. If he does go out and try and kill a black man, it wouldn't surprise me. Go ahead.
Liam gave one of the most explosive career-ending interviews I have ever heard when he told journalists he wanted to murder a black person.
He wanted to what?
Murder a black person.
So listen, he didn't want to just get the one man, which he claimed raped the woman. He wanted to murder a random black person, which lets you know they lump us all the same, man. They put us all in the same boat. And this is why the Bible says we must gather ourselves together. You know why? Because they want to kill us anyway. Even if you don't commit the crime, if one man commits the crime, they charge the rest of us for it. Like in slavery, what they used to do is, if one of the slaves used to revolt, used to go and whip all the other slaves, man. Used to go whip all the other slaves that didn't revolt, and then guess what that would make them do? That would make them turn on their brother that did escape, not realizing the white man's the enemy. He's the one who decided to whip you. But we don't look at him. We look at our own brother, man, and be like, oh, it's his fault why we got whipped because he decided to escape. Nah, man, it's not his fault why we got whipped. It's the white man who decided to whip you when he didn't have to, man. We need to point the finger at him. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead.
After someone close to him was raped, Neeson had admitted he walked around with a kosh.
He admitted he what?
Walked around with a kosh.
He admitted he walked around with a kosh. A kosh is like a nightstick. Those things that any black man that's had any encounter with the police in the UK, you know what a kosh is. Them things that they pull out and you really they're meant to hit you on your knees with on your legs with it, but somehow it accidentally ends upside your head. Well, the claim is an accident because Crawford, I guess your knees is right next to your head. So I guess it's an easy mistake to make because your knees is right next to your head. So it's meant to hit you on the knees, but it ends up in your head sometimes because your knees is right next to your head, I guess. Go ahead.
With a kosh for a whole week?
He walked around with a kosh for a whole week, man. Going to harm a random black man. Now imagine you just got a black man going about his regular business, you know, just coming from work, coming out the chip shop, doing whatever. In his mind, he's just thinking, okay, I'm going to go home. Not knowing there's a white man that's waiting out there to devour you, man. Not knowing there's a white man out there with a weapon, just wants to knock you upside the head and murder you for something you know nothing about, for something you haven't done, and for something you know nothing about. Go ahead.
With a kosh for a whole week to find someone to attack.
To what?
To find someone to attack.
And this is the nature of the white man. He just wants to find someone to attack. He just wants to find someone to murder. He just wants to find someone to throw in jail. This is their nature, man. They just want to attack somebody. They can't sleep at night unless they attack somebody. Go ahead.
Finding someone to attack, I find this utterly terrifying, sickening, and saddening. There is absolutely no reason to hate someone because of the color of their skin.
There is what?
Actually, no reason to hate someone because of the color of their skin.
And there you have it, man. For all those that love white people, it could have been you getting your head bust by Liam Neeson that week. Could have been you getting coshed upside the head by Liam Neeson that week. And did you know, in the UK, it's not illegal to buy a kosh, but it's illegal to have a kosh in public. So this devil right here, man, should be brought up on charges. He's admitting to walking around with a weapon, looking to harm somebody, man. Crawford, just dial 999 on the phone right there, because we're getting this devil locked up today, man. We putting cases on this devil, man. Listen, if that was a black man, they would have brought up all them, even though they ain't caught him with it, they would have brought it up and said, yo, you was walking around. Also, it's a hate crime as well. He needs to get done for having a weapon in public, and he needs to get done for a hate crime. If it was a black man, police would have been at his door. Would have been at his door already. But because it's a white man, a 66-year-old white man, he gets to get away with it. And another thing, man, he wouldn't target no young, strong black man. He's gonna go target an elderly one. He said he was waiting for someone to come at the pub. Now we know in the UK only what middle-aged, old-age black men go to the pub. You don't see young people in the pub. He was gonna go target an old-age black man. Same thing Amalek did when we came out of Egypt. They targeted the weak and feeble, which lets you know the white man's nature doesn't change. It's the same back then and it's the same now. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, but when they go to the gym or the boxing gym,
Exactly. He wants to target the elderly. And he's 66 years old, man. Who's he gonna harm, man? Who's he gonna harm? He's 66 years old. So he knows he's gonna have to pick his test. What's it called? But if I could, let me just move in the view of the camera. He should have came up to me. You see this jacket right here? We know what we've done in Hebrew Academy. He should have tried one of us, man. That stick would have been through his head. So like read on. Yeah, pull up John Barnes for me. And this is why it's very important, man. Every black man gets in the UPK, goes through Hebrew Academy. You learn how to defend yourself, man. Listen, you could have gave him 10 light sticks. He ain't harming a Hebrew Academy graduate. Give him any tool, man. He ain't harming a Hebrew Academy graduate, I'll tell you that. Things that we've gone through. Yeah, listen, Liam Neeson, that'll be the last thing he tries, man. Yeah, give me his lover. His name is John Barnes. Just look at him. This is John Barnes. Just look at him. He clearly loves white people, man. It wouldn't surprise me if this man's a homosexual, man. Them comments he made, a straight man wouldn't make them comments, man. He wants to give a white man a medal that wants to kill a black man. Listen. So lucky, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if this man right here ripped off his skin and he was a white man on the. I'm not too sure if this is really a black man. I'm not too sure if this is really a black man or just the outfit. This could be just the outfit. It could be just the costume. Because which black man is going to say give a white man an award for saying they want to kill all black people? The black people that I know don't like them comments. But this brother right here, if he is a brother, it wouldn't surprise me if he had the zip, if on his face he had the zip and he zipped it down and you see a white man underneath. Go ahead. You can play that.
Neeson was talking about his film Revenge, and he was talking about really wanting good. He mentioned the fact that he brought up in Northern Ireland, he understands how destructive that can be. He went on to tell a story of a situation where a friend of his had been raped. Now you can listen to what he's talking about. He's talking about in the moment, and you can't blame Liam Neeson for thinking what he feels, because this is what, and this is a while ago, this is what society has shown him that black people do, Muslims do, this is what society has wrongly shown him, this is what the media have wrongly portrayed to him. So in that moment, he said for a week, he was going around looking to kill a black person or a black, and he did that in quotation marks. Now, what he actually went on to say is that he was ashamed and horrified by the way he felt. Yes? He's not ashamed and horrified and wanted to commit the act of revenge. He's ashamed and horrified because that is what he thought about all black people. After a week, he realized he was wrong. That is what he said. I'm ashamed and horrified of the way I felt. Now, depending on how you want to spin this story, now it's about he was going to kill a black person. We want to ventilate. I said, we don't just spin it, we'll just think about it and ventilate it. It's an important subject. No, it's been spun. It's been spun. Because if you want to think about what he's actually saying, the context, which is why he then said to the lady, in his voice, I've got a particular set of skills, if you don't report this in the way that it is. Now we're talking about, and he's trying to kill a woman. What he's actually saying is that he's horrified and ashamed of the way he felt. He went on to say that. That is exactly what he went on to say, which meant that he was ashamed of the way he felt. But you cannot blame him for thinking that, because I said earlier, with the whole Raheem Sterling talking about the influence the media has. You cannot blame people for thinking Muslims, because of Muslim grooming gangs, Jamaican yardie gangs, then look at Muslims and Jamaicans in a negative light. And he's admitted that that is the way he viewed it. So, for this one black person who raped this woman, he then looks at it from the perspective of all black people are racist. Now, what he's actually saying is that this is what I thought, this is what I saw, and I am ashamed and horrified. And after a week, I said to myself, what am I doing? That is the reality behind it. As much as people are now jumping on this bandwagon of how terrible it is, what he's done, he's come out and he's told the truth.
He's come out and he's, listen, John Barnes was getting angry at the reporter, man, trying to protect the white man that much, saying, oh, he deserves a medal. A medal for what? Saying he wants to kill black people. If you're going to give him a medal, you might as well just go ahead and give Mark Duggan's killer a medal, man. Go give Jermaine Baker's go give Jermaine Baker's murderer a medal. Go give every white man that murders black people a medal. If that's the way you feel, John Barnes. If that's the way you feel, you feel that they all deserve medals. Listen, I hope no other black person don't think like that. You see, John Barnes. He's no longer a black man after those comments, man. He's no longer a black man after those comments. I don't know what the hell he is, but he ain't one of us speaking like that. He wants to defend this white man. He didn't even defend his race and say, you know what? Not all of us are rapists. Not all of us are like that. It's disgusting that he thinks like that. He said he applauds him, man. He should have defended his race. So you mean to say you take this devil's side and you don't take your racist side? What about the innocent black people that this man was about to kill, man? What about the innocent black people he was going to hit in the head with a kosh? What about them? Guess what? Nobody cares about them. Because to these people, we're just slaves, man. We're just slaves. We're just good for nothing. We're just a people that you can kill. We're just a people who no one cares about. We're just a people who you kill us, it doesn't mean nothing. You get away with it. That's what that white man thought like that. Walked around with a kosh for a week. Walked around with a kosh for a week, looking for a black person to kill because he claims that his friend got raped by a black person, which is probably not even true, man. Listen, these white women have been lying on black men for years. They've been lying on black men for years. You can read it in some of the books. I think it's the slave memoirs. You can read it in some of the books. These white women used to force the slaves to sleep with them. Used to say to the slave, "If you don't sleep with me, I'm gonna get the master to kill you," and so forth. The slave would probably do it and get killed anyway, man. When she's bored of him and wants to move on to someone else, she would say, "Oh, he raped me." Listen, white women have a tendency to cry rape for everything, man. And this is why the Lord said, you stay away from white women, man. You ain't meant to be marrying white women. You're meant to stay away from them. The Lord gave you your own women. So imagine these women crying rape and get innocent black men killed. Now, I'm not saying in this case, I'm not saying it didn't happen. It probably did. It probably didn't. Who knows? But to kill an innocent black man who's got nothing to do with it, that's disgusting. And that's the nature of the white man. And this is why we say the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. Listen, John Barnes said something in that video. John Barnes said, what did he say? John Barnes said, the stereotype around black people and these Jamaican gangs and so forth. He said, you can't blame Liam Neeson for thinking like that. Well, guess what? The stereotype around white people, you can't blame me for saying the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. So listen, it just goes both ways, man. They want to stereotype us. I'm going to stereotype them. From there, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Also, in your own time, you can. There's more articles. I think John Barnes said some more. There's a few people weighed in on it as well. You can also pull it up as well and see what they're saying in your own time. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 2 and 1.
I still can't get over. Listen, John Barnes' comments is more hurtful to black people than Liam Neeson's comments, man. You would expect a black man to have some compassion on his people. But no, man, no compassion for us. But all the compassion in the world for Liam Neeson, which lets me know, what's his new movie that was supposed to come out? Nah, I think Some next one. John Barnes is going to be a front row. John Barnes and Liam Neeson are going to be holding hands in that movie, man. Who knows? Liam Neeson probably cuss him over the head once the movie finishes. Go ahead. And that'd be John Barnes' own fault, man. Loving white people that much. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yay.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together. Yay. Gather together, O nation, not Zion.
It says, gather yourselves together. We meant to gather together. You know why? Because it's our nation against everybody, man. All these other nations is against us. We're minding our business, and Liam Neeson wants to cuss us upside the head. We're minding our business, and they want to kill a black man that's got nothing to do with whatever crime was committed. The Bible says, gather yourselves together, which should let you know. Reading this, you know what? It's a good thing that Liam Neeson said that. It's a beautiful thing that Liam Neeson said that, because black people need to hear it. These things will make us come back together. These things should push us closer together, hearing how white people really think. Your grandma should hear these comments, man. Let your grandma read these Liam Neeson comments. Your grandma that wants to love everybody. Listen, it could have been her that could have been cussed. Listen, it probably would have attacked a woman, because Liam Neeson knows a black man would whoop his ass. So 9 times out of 10, he's going to attack a woman, like what these Chinese people do in the nail shop. They attack people they know they can handle, like these East Indian men do. These taxi drivers, what do they do? Attack kids and drugged out black men that they know they can handle. Because listen, believe it or not, I've seen black men pull up at their destination in the taxi and come out the car and say, I'm not paying, and walk off. And that taxi driver don't try and attack them. But when it's a woman, what does he do? He punches them in the face. When it's someone he can overpower, he manhandles them. But when it's a black man who he knows he can't handle, he just sits in his car and drives off, man. Go ahead.
Gather together, O nation, not desired.
And we are nation not desired. No one desires us. This is why Liam Neeson wants to kill you. This is why there was a charter flight that left this morning. This is why people who's been in the UK from there was 4 years old, getting sent back to Jamaica. Listen, there was one man, he's got no family whatsoever in Jamaica, because he ain't been there from he was 4. He's got no relatives there. That plane's just going to drop him off in the middle of nowhere, and then he has to fend for himself. These times he's been here from he was 4. Meanwhile, these Romanians that come to this country and are raping all up and down and be looking through everybody's bin bags and robbing everybody and eating out the trash and doing every crime possible. These Romanian women, all of these women prostituting themselves for £5 and whatnot. Wow, came on the back of a lorry. They get to stay, man. They get to seek asylum. But the people that came here as part of the Windrush generation that helped build up Britain, they're getting sent back. It's a big slap in the face, man. They came here, worked in the factories and so forth. You can read all that in the Windrush book. And then now they're just sending them home. What the white man's saying is, okay then, Great Britain's built up now. We don't need you no more. You can go back home. That's what it is. They're finding loopholes to send everybody back home. Sadiq Khan, he's probably a damn illegal immigrant himself, man. What's the other's name? Sajid Javid. He looks like a damn illegal immigrant. Who's he to be dictating, oh, these people need to go back home? Sajid Javid. What is he? Is the mayor of the House of the House of Commons or something? Is one of them, something like that. You should have saw him speaking reckless on the TV. I seen him speaking reckless on the TV this morning, talking about the going home, we're deporting them, the criminals, they've committed serious crimes. This is what he said. He said, everybody on that charter flight has committed crimes of rape and murder and other serious crimes. When it's a damn lie. It was proven that nobody going on that charter flight had committed those crimes. It was proven, one man on that flight, he was on the flight for what? Domestics. For domestics. So they're sending him home for domestics. Meanwhile, one time there was some damn, I think he's from Afghan or somewhere. He must have raped some little boy, because the homosexuals that they are, he raped some little boy, and he still got to seek asylum. Meanwhile, a black man, just for something like domestics. Now, I'm not saying domestics is a little thing, but A black man for something like domestics has to end up in a country that he's not seen. Also, another thing, man, they're deporting us left, right, and center. Also, what? 21 Savage, man. 21 Savage, man. They're deporting him. I'm seeing all these memes. I don't find it. I don't see the funny. So everyone's laughing because 21 Savage is getting deported. Listen, he's a brother nonetheless. Have you seen all the memes going around? Oh, I've seen all the memes and everyone mocking him and his son bank account, M's in my bank account. Everyone saying, is it British pounds or dollars? Listen, everyone been mocking him left, right, and center, man. He's still a brother at the end of the day. And apparently the conditions that they got him in right now is horrible, which lets you know whether you're a rich black man or poor black man, these curses still apply. Which lets you know these curses still apply, whether you're rich or poor. But go ahead.
O nation that desired, before the decree bring forth, before the days pass as a chaff.
It says, nation that desired, man, come together, man. This is what we need to do in these times. We need to be coming together. We need to gather together. We need to join one another. We need to love our people. We need to not be laughing with the white man about 21 Savage being deported. We need to not be laughing with the white man about these charter flights. We need to not be joining the white man about, oh, Liam Neeson and his racist comments, give him a medal. I mean, what medal does it? You know what? I need to find, how do I contact John Barnes? I need to ask him, what is this medal you want to give him? Like, what is the medal that he wants to give him? He goes, he deserves a medal. Like, what medal? From the, give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 15. He said, give him a medal. Honestly, I tried to be in John Barnes' shoes for a minute and be like, so why does he see it from that side? And listen, I don't get what he's getting at. John Barnes must be high and must be taking every drug possible. I mean, people was throwing banana peels at him on the pitch, man, making monkey noises, and he don't mind that, man. I don't understand. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 13 and 15. Every beast loveth his like.
Every what?
Every beast loveth his like.
Every beast loveth his like. And this is why Liam Neeson wanted to kill a black man for his white friend, because he loves his like. He loves his people. He understands in order to get peace, there has to be war. That's what he understands. And he's willing to go to war with you to get peace, man. He's willing to wipe you off the face of the earth so he can get some peace, which means he's tired of seeing black people, which means all the black people he has in his movies, really he hates them. What you seem to think is oh wow, he's in movies with black people. That means he must love black people. No, it don't, man. The same way we say there's good white people. Well, the same way you say there's good white people, you Christians. Liam Neeson didn't say there's good black people. He just said he wanted to go kill all of them. The Bible says every beast loveth his like. Listen, lions love lions. Kangaroos love kangaroos. Tigers love tigers. White people love white people. And black people love white people because we don't, man. We don't love our like, man. We the opposite. Listen, you see, if we was an animal, we would be we would be prey trying to love. We would be prey trying to love the predator, man. If we was animals, we would be what the lions chase down. What is it? Chase down buffaloes and zebras. Listen, we would be a zebra trying to love the lion. We would be a zebra saying, not all lions are bad. We would be a zebra saying, not all lions are bad. And before you know it, that lion's done murdered you, man. Well, not that lion's done killed you, man. Because it's a lion's nature to hunt and kill zebras. And it's the white man's nature to be a killer, man. The same way the lion kills zebras, the same way it's in the white man's nature to kill. So us like trying to love him and save him, it's not going to get us far in life. It's just going to get us where it gets a zebra trying to love a lion. Where's that dead food, man? That's where it's going to get you. Go ahead.
Every beast loveth his like.
Every beast loveth his like. Meaning every beast love what's like him. A zebra chose with a zebra. Lions chill with lions. Elephants chill with elephants. These animals don't even mix. These animals don't even mix, man. The only place you see these animals mix is in the movies. You see, in the movies, you see what Simba chilling with what Pumbaa and what's the other one? Pumbaa and Timon. That's only in the movies, man. That's not real life. Go ahead.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
And what?
Every man loveth his neighbor.
And every man loveth his neighbor. And this is why he wanted to kill all black people, because he loves his neighbor. He loves white people. He loves his neighbors. But John Barnes, he don't love his neighbor. He basically sided with the white man and wanted to give him a medal. Listen, this is like, you know what? That's like you being a zebra. You've seen a lion. Go kill this zebra. And then you just go over to that lion, man. What do you think that lion's going to do to you? Kill you, man. Listen, John Barnes ain't going to stop until the white man probably ends up taking his life, man. Because he loves them that much. He's probably going to go to all their parties, be around them. Why? Just because he was a footballer and he believes the white man gave him an opportunity. He believes the white man gave him an opportunity to play football, kick a football around. Yeah. That's why he loves white people, man. Forget the opportunity. Who gives a damn? The white man's the devil, man. Go ahead. He should know the white man's the devil. They threw banana peels on the pitch, calling him a monkey. Go ahead.
All flesh consorteth to kind.
The Bible says all flesh consorteth to kind. Which means what do we need to do? Consorteth to kind, man. Paul said, Christ died for those who was the same flesh as him, man. Because Christ consorted to kind. We need to consort to kind. Go ahead.
All flesh consorteth to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
And a what?
And a man will cleave to his like.
And white people cleave to their like. Arabs cleave to their like. Chinese people cleave to their like. It's only us who don't cleave to our like. Oh yeah, and another thing with Javid, what's his name? Javid Savid. He's talking all this garbage, saying, why so the illegal immigrants, get rid of them. This morning he was wishing Chinese people, what is it, the year of the pig for them? He was wishing them a happy new year, wishing all you Chinese people in the UK, ain't they immigrants too? He's wishing them a happy year of the pig, man. You know, listen, this is the thing. You can be any other nation except ours, and you get an easy path. But if you're Israelite, you get it hard here, man. Go ahead.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
What? Say that. Read that again.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? What fellowship have John Barnes with Liam Neeson? What fellowship do we have with Theresa May? What fellowship do we have with so-called Prince Philip that flips his car over, that flips over his Range Rover? We shouldn't have no fellowship with these people, man. The Lord said that we should gather ourselves together. Let them go one way, and we go the other way. Same like with Joseph in Egypt. He put us in Goshen, man. Because he wanted us separate from all these other people. Go ahead.
So the sinner with the godly.
What verse you at?
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
What agreement is what?
There between the hyena and the dog.
Same thing, man. What agreement does a hyena and a dog have? You don't see them rolling together. You don't see them dwelling together. You don't see them trying to come together. You don't see the hyena. You don't see hyenas saying to dogs, "We're not gonna attack you because we love every animal." You don't see the lion saying to the zebra, "I'm not gonna attack you because we all one. We're all animals. We all one." Only black people say that we all human. We all human. Only we say that. Liam Neeson didn't think we was all human when he was going to go kill a black person. He didn't think we was all human. So listen, go ahead.
He didn't attack anybody. He looked for black people.
Exactly. He didn't just go for anyone. He went for a black person, man, with a kosh. It's a good job that, you know what? It's a good job that in the UK, the average citizen ain't allowed to carry guns. Because he would have walked around like Zimmerman, man. Go ahead.
Mate, as well.
Go ahead.
John Barnes is also an MB as well. He's also been knighted by the Queen. So even the seller as well can accept to the orphanage as well. And John Neeson even born in
Jamaica, innit? Yeah. He accepted an award from the Queen. Listen, the Bible says a gift destroys the heart, man. They gave him a gift. What was in his mind before? He probably knew the white man was the devil. And then they gave him a gift. And guess what happens? Now he loves white people. Finish reading that and then after pulling up that scripture, a gift destroys the heart. I think it's Ecclesiastes 7:7, isn't it? Yeah.
What? Peace between the rich and the poor?
Yeah, that's it. And that give me Ecclesiastes chapter 7:7. He got an award from the Queen. John Barnes, you know. Oh, I can't stand the look of him, man. Listen, after them comments, go ahead. He received an award from the Queen at MBE, man. Listen, you have to be a good slave to receive one of those. Did Miss Dynamite get one as well? Did she receive it? Yeah. Who was it that turned theirs down? Someone turned theirs. Was it? Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. You need to turn those things down, man. Go ahead. The only reward you should be looking for is a crown from Yahushua when he returns, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
And oppression makes a wise man mad. People say we're angry in the UPK. Damn right we are, man. Because oppression makes a wise man mad. We see what our people are going through, and it makes us angry. We see the deportation of our people. We see this charter flight stuff. Go ahead.
And the gift destroys the heart.
I know what?
And the gift destroys the heart.
One time, John Barnes was probably mad. But a gift destroys the heart. He got an award from the Queen. He went to Buckingham Palace. He probably had tea and crumpets. Thinking he's a white man. And that just destroyed his heart, man. Go ahead.
The videos on YouTube when John Barnes is out talking about racism.
And then now a gift destroyed his heart, man. A gift destroyed his heart. John Barnes went from eating ackee and saltfish and callaloo breakfast, man, to going to Buckingham Palace to having tea and crumpets. And what is it? Digestives. Dipping his digestives in his British Tetley's tea, man. Tetley's is British, right? Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He went from having a Jamaican breakfast, man. Went from ackee and saltfish and callaloo and yam and banana to now just dunking his digestives in Tetley's, man. Accepting an award from the Queen. A gift destroys the heart. And most of our people are destroyed because they receive a gift from white people. White people beat them up, oh yeah, beat them down, oh yeah. Your boss beats you down, oh yeah. And then he gives you a bonus. That makes you think, oh yeah, my boss at work's a good person. Did you go ahead?
Yeah, and his wife's white as well.
His wife's white as well. Good night. And this is another thing, man. When black people make a bit of money, the first thing to do is go and get that white woman. Kanye West did it. Kanye West, what did he say when you get on the go leave yours for a white girl in Gold Digger? Look what he did, man. He picked up one of the biggest hoes in the world, man. What is it, Albanian or something? Pull up a picture of John Barnes' wife. Listen, he just looks like a white man, the suit and the tie, the clean shaven. He just looks like a white man. Usually, Cruff, you know how Jamaicans, Benjamites have a look? His what? From that picture, it looks like a white man to me. So lucky, go back to that picture again. He's meant to be a Jamaican and Trinidadian, but in that picture, I see two white people there. Looks like two white people to me. He's became famous, man. Worked hard, came from Jamaica, played football, and then instead of taking up a sister, taking a sister out the struggle, he goes and gets himself a white woman. Man. Why wouldn't he just get himself a black woman, man? With the same culture. And this is why the Lord said, have you marry your own women that I've given you, man. You know why? Because we got the same culture. We got the same upbringing, same culture. Listen, white people's culture is different to our culture, man. You see how in our house we shower and put cream on our skin? White people, they don't know what cream is, man. They ask you, what do you use that for? White people ask you, what's cream? What's cream for? They ask you all these weird questions, man. They've got their culture, which they're meant to keep with their people. We've got our culture, man. We are clean people. There's certain things that we do, and there's certain things that they do, and we're not meant to be together, man. We're just total opposites. Go ahead.
And the gift destroys the heart.
And the what?
And the gift destroys the heart.
And the gift destroys the heart. And he's got himself a white woman. He's got an MBE from the Queen. So he's trying to distance himself from black people, man. When Liam Neeson's the devil the Bible speaks of, I'm not going to stop saying it, man. From there, give me a Romans chapter 12 and verse 10.
Romans 12 and 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Do what?
Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Now the Bible's saying be kindly affectionate one to another. Meaning what? Who's the one to another? It's talking about people of your own race, man. We're meant to be kindly affectionate towards each other. We're meant to have brotherhood. We're meant to roll tight, man. We're meant to gather together like it said in Zephaniah. John Barnes is supposed to be rolling with us. He's supposed to be siding with us. He's supposed to be saying Liam Neeson's a devil. He's supposed to be condemning Liam Neeson, not joining sides with him. Go ahead.
Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love.
With what?
With brotherly love.
With what?
Brotherly love.
With brotherly love. We ain't supposed to be laughing at our people getting deported. We ain't supposed to be laughing at 21 Savage because they want to send them back to the UK. We ain't supposed to be laughing at what's the brother's name that was in the military? He was in the military. He went to Afghanistan. 2 trips to Afghanistan. He had PTSD and they was going to deport him. Nah. This is the next brother. What's his name? I believe is. Give me a second. His name is Owen Hazley. I think his name's Owen Hazley. Go ahead.
With brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
Doing what?
Preferring one another.
It says preferring one another, man. Meaning what? You prefer your own race over other races. That's what that's talking about. It says you're meant to prefer one another. You prefer your own race over other races. You ain't supposed to side with no other race and go against your own race. Listen, your nationality is an important thing, man. That's why you have it. The Lord made different nations for a reason. Listen, you ain't meant to join no religion that tells you your religion it means more than your nationality. At the end of the day, you're a black man. No matter what religion you join, you're still going to be a black man. Anything you join, you're still going to be a black man. I don't care. Listen, whether you marry to a white woman, you're still a black man. Whether you accept an MBE, let me pull it in better terms for you. Whether you accept an MBE, you're still a nigger, man. Whether you marry a white woman, you're still a nigger. Whether you do anything, in the white man's eyes, you're still a good for nothing nigger. That's just a troublemaker. That just walks around with a knife. That's a criminal. Listen, that's how they look at all black people, man. So especially we just prefer one another and just lump them the same. Every white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. Whether man, woman, or child, every white man's the devil, from Tommy Robinson to the Queen, to so-called Prince Philip, to David Cameron, to Conor McGregor, to Eminem, to Justin Bieber, to Britney Spears. Give me some more. To what's that stupid one? And she sings that Wrecking Ball song. What's her name? Miley Cyrus. Listen, all of them, all the same, man. They're all the devil the Bible speaks of. There's no difference. Go ahead.
Not slothful in business.
Read that again from the top.
Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Be kindly affectionate one to another. Meaning we meant to love one another. We meant to have brotherhood. We meant to join together. Go ahead.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love. Brotherly love, man. Who's your brother? What's a brother? Someone that's from the same nation as you, man. What's a brother? Someone that has the same father as you, man. Listen, we have the same father, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We have the same father, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why we're brothers. All of us are brothers, man. Everyone in the 12 tribe chart is brothers. All us Israelites are brothers. But we don't treat each other like brothers. You wouldn't think we was brothers with how high the knife crime is in London. Listen, as I was just driving to come and do the class, I seen a brother got stabbed to death, then the next brother got stabbed up on the bus. You wouldn't think we was brothers, the way we're treating one another. But we want to treat Liam Neeson like a brother. When he wants to kill all of us, go ahead.
Preferring one another.
We're meant to prefer one another, man. Prefer one another. Go ahead. That's it. Give me Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Now, understand this. The white man knows what he's doing. He likes us divided. You think he loses any sleep when we stab one another? Man, he don't lose no sleep. He loves it when we kill one another. Go ahead, give me Proverbs 11:21.
Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand.
Though what?
Though hand join in hand.
Though what?
Though hand join in hand.
So though black people want to join hands with white people, though I had a dream that white children, what else is saying there? I had a dream. Say that again. What is it?
Black and white, or white girls singing eagles.
I had a dream that black and white girls, and though Martin Luther King had a dream that hand would be joined in hand. Go ahead.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
Listen, Martin Luther King's dream, the wicked ain't gonna go unpunished. Though he had a dream, though every black person, Christian, has a dream that white people will love them one day. Though John Barnes wants to hold hands with Liam Neeson, though John Barnes wants to get an MBE from the Queen, the wicked what?
The wicked shall not be
It
unpunished.
says the wicked shall not be unpunished. Meaning what? You trying to save white people, they're still going to get punished for their crimes. All of them are going to get punished. The Bible says the Lord will even destroy the wise men out of Edom, man.
God.
He's going to destroy even the wise men out of Edom. Listen, because a white man gave you a job, you think that means you must love him? Listen, let me just break something down to you real quick. The only reason the white man is in a position to give you a job is because he took you as a slave, man. You would have had these opportunities without him. His took what was originally yours, and his took the whole cake, and then he's just giving you back a crumb. Listen, did you know all the riches you see belong to us at one stage? So this white man giving John Barnes a few 100,000 a week for being a footballer. Does John Barnes know without white people you would have been richer than that anyway? Because they enslaved you. This is the only reason why they're in that position to give you a piece of the pie, man. They make out like, oh, well, we do give them opportunities. Well, we do give them certain good positions. The only reason they can do that is because they murdered you from the get-go, man. Do you know how much of our people had to be murdered in order for the white men just to be like, oh, John Barnes, yeah, you can be a footballer now? Do you know how much of our people had to be murdered for the white men to be like, oh, yeah, David Lammy, you can be an MP now? So when people say, well, there is some black people in the who are MPs, when people say, oh, well, there is some black people who are footballers, there is some black people who are in high positions. Listen, the highest black man you see in the position that he's in is still in a lower position than we would have been before white people, man. We're meant to be ruling over them. We're meant to be the kings of the earth. You see how the queens in Buckingham Palace, the original royals was black. The original king of France and so forth was black. Black people ruled Europe during the Dark Ages for 1,000 years. So you mean to tell me I must be happy about losing that rulership to just now being a footballer where they throw banana peels on the pitch? I must be happy with them throwing banana peels on the pitch. Whereas before I was a king, had crowns, I ruled over these devils. I had these devils in chains. So you mean to tell me I must be happy with just being a rapper now? I must be happy with just being a footballer now? I must be happy with being able to stay in England now? I must be happy with just being a British citizen now. Like, oh man, I ain't happy with it, man. We want crowns, man. We want the white man in chains. That's what we want, man. And that's what's gonna happen. We don't want no MBE from the Queen. Listen, what's the MBE from the Queen gonna do for me, man? Is an MBE gonna bring Mark Duggan back? Is an MBE gonna bring Jermaine Baker back? That's what we want. Damn your MBE. Damn your MBE. We don't want that, man. We want black people to gather together. That's what we want. We want black people to separate from the white man. That's what we want. To hell with an MBE, man. Listen, this is how we need to look at it. We need to look at it like we're not just individuals. We need to look at it like one of us is suffering. We're all suffering, man. Listen, how you giving me an MBE? Meanwhile, you're putting my brothers on a charter flight back to Jamaica. How you giving me an MBE? Meanwhile, you're deporting my brothers. How you giving me an MBE? Meanwhile, you're murdering my brothers. I can't take that MBE if my brother's dead in the street. I can't take that MBE if you've separated my brother from his family and put him on a charter flight. I can't take that MBE. You know what you can do, Queen Elizabeth? Take that MBE and shove it up your behind, man. Because I don't want that garbage. Go ahead, you gonna say something?
Yeah, the brother that got deported in the army.
Mm-hmm.
The army doesn't have something that's supposed to. You have to dodge crime.
Exactly.
Sell drugs, whatever.
Exactly.
You fight the army. I fought for this country.
Exactly. He fought for this country, and they just got rid of him, man. Which lets you know, any black man in the army's not for you. They just want you to fill up the numbers. They just want to use your services and your skills. And then after that, they just get rid of you. This brother got PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. He had PTSD, man, from being in the army, from fighting for white people, man. For them to just send him back to Jamaica now, without a penny, without a dime, without any clothes on his back. He fought for this country. You would have thought he fought for this country and they would be like, yo, we're going to give him his stay. But listen, once you understand white people, you understand the white man's the devil. But when you don't understand them, you join their army, you join their military, you fight and put your life on the line, man. When you don't understand white people, this is what will happen. You'll see a white man on the front line. You'll say to him, you go to the back, I'll take the bomb for you, man. Listen, when you join the white man's army, this is what some black people will do. They'll see their enemy throw a grenade in the air. A black man will catch it and run with the bomb to save the white people, man. He'll blow up his own self to save the white people, man. Not realizing these white people are going to say, ha, 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 that nigga blew himself up for us. They don't care about you, man. They don't care about you. To hell with the white man's military. Listen, if I was in the white man's military, I'd be doing friendly fire, so lucky. I'll be doing friendly fire all day long. Go read on.
Though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Give me a first Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. If you're in the white man's military, man, get out of there. Because it's not for you. It's not for you, man. You're going to end up dying in there. You're going to end up dying for naught. For naught. Did you know that, I think it was I think his name was Watertull, the greatest black man to join the white man's military. And then he got this claim he got shot in the back of his head, but they didn't find his body. So what you mean to say he can't even have a proper burial? Listen, the white man buries their police dogs, man. They bury their military dogs. They put the damn flag over the casket, and they give that dog a hero's welcoming home, man. They bury it. They give all their white soldiers a good welcoming home. Meanwhile, a black man got his head back blown in the army. He made it to sergeant, when at that stage it was illegal to make a black man a sergeant. He made it to sergeant, and guess what he got? Just got his head blown out. And they till this day, in my Deontay Wilder voice, till this day, they ain't found his body, man. So lucky, go ahead.
Maccabees 1:11. In those days, went out of Israel wicked men.
In what?
In those days, went out of Israel wicked men.
Says in those days went out of Israel wicked men. And then my Deontay Wilder voice, till this day, there's still wicked men. Going out, man. Go ahead.
Who persuaded many.
Who what?
Persuaded many.
Until this day, man. It's lucky that clip. Go ahead, read on.
Persuaded many.
And listen, out of them days went out wicked men. Till this day, man. In my Deontay Wilder voice, till this day, there's still wicked men going out persuading many. Go ahead.
Saying, let us go and make a covenant.
Let us what?
Go and make a covenant.
Let us what?
Go and make a covenant.
Till this day, you got people saying, let us go and make a covenant, man. An agreement. Let's go get an MBE from the Queen. Let's go join the white man's military. Let's go serve white people. Let's go be a good slave. Let's go jock and die for the white man. Go ahead.
With the heathen that are round about us.
And they said, let us join the heathen and make a covenant with them that are round about us. John Barnes has made a covenant with the heathen. This Dynamite's made a covenant with the heathen. If you're in the white man's military, you've made a covenant with the heathen. You make covenants with them, man. You make agreements with them. You join their military. You join their military, man. You fight for them. You see where they're coming from. You don't prefer your own race. You prefer them over your own race. Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
But since what?
We departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
And that's what some black people say. Black people say, you know what? You can't beat them. Let's just join them. Some black people bend over for the white man, and be like, you know what? We can't live without this man. We need him. We need him to do this for us. We need him. Some people join and make covenants with them. Some people join the white man. Some people accept MBEs from the Queen. Some people be a good slave, join the military, joke and die for the white man, do everything the white man requires. Because they say, you know what? We can't make it on our own. There was, you know what? There was one guy, he goes, he's not going to come in the camp. Remember that time he goes, oh, because a white man gave him a job. There was one guy, he goes, he's not going to come in the camp because a white man gave him a job. Listen, the only reason that white man can give you a job is because he's the one who took you captive, man. He's the one who took you from a land and took you on a slave ship. If he didn't do that, it would have been a black man giving you a job. If we kept God's laws, it would have been a black man giving you a job. Don't make the white man feel special like he's doing you a favor. He ain't doing you no favors, man. Even when the white man gives you a pay rise, he's still not doing you a favor, man. Because all that money is meant to be yours for free anyway. Him giving you a pay rise ain't no damn favor. Every time you get a pay rise, man, should knock him upside the head, say this money's mine anyway, man. Should knock him upside the head and say, this is my money anyway, man. Go ahead.
So, this device pleased them well.
And this device pleased them well, man. This device, joining the white man, it pleases Christians, man. This device pleases Christians. This device pleases John Barnes. This device pleases every black man that's in church, singing and dancing. It pleases the white man when he knows that you need him. It pleases the white man when he knows, oh, I told him I was going to cut off the government. I was going to cut off the government assistance. It pleases the white man. It pleases the white man when he cuts you money, and then you start to go and sell drugs and whatnot. Listen, the white man uses all these devices against you, man. Listen, this is what the white man will do, man. The white man will cut off your money, and then before you know it, you turn into a criminal. Some people even start robbing people close to them and so forth. Go ahead.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king.
Some people were what?
So forward therein.
Listen, John Barnes, man, you're too forward, man. John Barnes is too forward, man. Miss Dynamite and everybody else that got an MBE from the Queen and joins the white man's military and sticks up for white people when they're murdering us. You're too forward, man. Go ahead.
Who gave them license to sin?
Who what?
Sucker. That they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
And listen, man. Black people have been going to white people for a long time to try and live like white people, to marry white women, to live a white man's lifestyle. They go to Theresa May, man. They go to the Queen for the MBE, and they believe that the MBE changes their nationality. Listen, you think when you don't listen, you think when you think once you leave Buckingham Palace, you think the police don't get that palace deep cleaned after your black ass has been in there? You think she don't get it deep cleaned? You think she don't throw away that cup that you used, that you drank the tea from? The Queen looks at that cup and says, "Yo, a nigga put his lips on that. I think we need to get rid of this cup." She says, "I think we need to get rid of this cup. A nigga used that cup." You think she don't do that? But you go home proud, parading your MBE around, parading your certificate around. I've got an award from the Queen. She invited me to Buckingham Palace. I get to go to all them the Queen's royal team parties that she has once a year, and so forth. Listen, there's a devil on my slavery. He said he got cause his mom some big, I don't know what she is. She's some big something anyway. So they go to the Queen's tea party every year. They get invited. He goes, he gets invited. So I asked him a question. I said, "So do much black people go?" He goes, "I ain't seen much there." This man, he's one of the most racist devils I've seen, man. He goes, "Well, I don't see no black people there." One time he was saying to me that, what was he saying? What was he saying now? What was he saying? I can't remember. Something must have happened to some white man, so I was laughing. Then he loves his own people. Then he's saying, "Well, I should laugh about the things that happen to black people." That's what he was saying, man. Because these white people is racist and they love their own. So it's only right that we love our own, man. Read on.
God, you gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
And the king gave them license to do ordinance after the heathen. Theresa May gives you license to do ordinance after the heathen. We telling you to separate from white people. Theresa May is telling you to join white people. Listen, they saying we're all one people. Meanwhile, they want to separate from Brexit, man. That means we can't all be one people, because if we would just stay in Brexit because we're all one people. The European Union wouldn't exist, man. We'd just all be one. But listen, Theresa May knows we ain't all the same. What's his name? Javid, Savid, Wavid, whatever his name is. He knows we ain't all the same. You should have heard him speaking, man. Reckless, speaking down on black people. Saying the ones on the charter flights are criminals, the rapists, the murderers. And it was proven that there was not one murderer on the flight. It was proven that there was not one rapist on the flight. Not realizing his own people is the biggest rapist in the world, man. These Indians is the biggest rapist. You go, where is it? Joppe in India. Is that in India? Joppe or somewhere? Exactly. These is the biggest racial grooming gangs. They be raping everybody. They be trying to meet little boys on the internet, man. Listen, you see when you watch those pedophile hunter things where they message them. Have you noticed you've never seen a black man on there, have you? Exactly, you don't see no black people on there. All you see is white people and Asians, man. They should be the ones being deported. What in the hell are they deporting us for? Things that black people do is petty crimes, man. Pull it up, Muslim grooming gangs. Pull it up. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a picture of him on there, man. Javid, Wavid. See, look at them, man. You know what? That one there looks like Javid. You see that top picture there? That one there, that you're on there. This next one. Every man on there looks like that Javid, whatever his name is. Especially them two. Look at them, man. These is the Asian grooming gangs. That's what I'm saying, man. And listen, they're Somalians, so no one don't say they're us. That's Somalians as well. They're the biggest rapists. They're Hamites, man. Somalians, the ugliest people on the face of the earth, man. Good night. These is your Asian grooming gangs. These is the rapists. Why aren't these being deported? They're not deporting these, but then they want to deport us. Go ahead.
Wherein they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
That's it on that. Give me Judges chapter 2 and verse 2. And also, if you got any questions online, just type them in and we'll get to them. But they make out like we the problem that's wrong with the world. Listen, they make out like we the problem that's wrong with the world. Meanwhile, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Go ahead, you can say something. Oh, you go ahead.
Judges 2:2. And they shall make no league with the inhabitants.
And they shall what?
Land. Make no league with the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord told us, don't make no league, man. Don't join them. Don't be joined in the hand. Don't attach yourself to white people. The Lord told us, man, don't make no league. Go ahead.
Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice.
But what?
But ye have not obeyed my voice.
The Lord told us, don't make league with them, man. Don't join their religions. Don't receive no MBE from the Queen. The Lord told us. But we didn't want to listen, man. Go ahead.
But ye have not obeyed my voice.
But what?
Ye have not obeyed my voice.
And we didn't obey God's voice, man. Back in Judges, we joined the heathens. When we first went into the land, we joined the African nations at the time, innit? We joined the other nations. What do we do now? We still join them. Go ahead.
Why have you done this?
Why have what?
Why have you done this?
John Barnes what?
Why have you done this?
John Barnes what?
Why have you done this?
Miss Dynamite what?
Why have you done this?
Black men in the military what?
Why have you done this?
You Christians what?
Why have you done this?
Martin Luther King what?
Why have you done this?
Why have you done this, man? The Lord's asking, why have you made a league with these other nations, man? Why have you joined them? Why do you want to be joined in hand? The Lord said, why have you done this, man? John Barnes, why have you done this? Why have you decided you want to go give this white man a medal? Why do we join our oppressors, man? Why do we join the people murdering us? The Lord's asking, why have you done this, man? Listen, so lucky Lord, I don't know why they've done it either. But I think John Barnes has got the answer. I think John Barnes has got the answer because I don't know why they've done this. Read that again.
Wherefore I said, and ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of the land. Ye shall throw down the altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? Why have you done this?
The Lord said, why have you done this, man? John Barnes, why have you done this? Everyone else that joins the white man's military and makes a league with him and doesn't believe he's the devil, why have you done this, man? Listen, what's it going to take for us to realize this man is evil, this man doesn't have a bone of compassion in his body, that this man's never going to love you? It's like being in an abusive relationship, man. It's like being in an abusive relationship. That's our relationship with white people. It's an abusive relationship. We the ones being abused. We the ones being abused, man. You know what we do? We get abused by. It's like a woman in a relationship. She's being abused. She has her bruises on her arms, on her back, and she covers it up. And she goes back with him. Listen, this is us, man. We the ones being abused. Each time he shows us how much he hates us, and then we go back. He shows us how much he wants to kill us, and then we go back. Like, it seems like we just love to be abused. It's like we just love to be shot. We just love to be beaten up. We just love to be ill-treated. That's how it seems, man. Go ahead.
Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you.
And listen, man, this is why we've been in slavery for so long, because we make a league with the nations. So you think the Lord's going to move if we don't move? You think the Lord's going to fight for us if we don't, if we keep disobeying his voice? You think the Lord's going to fight for us if we make a league with them? The Lord said he's not going to, read that again, he's not going to what?
Not drive him out from before you.
Listen, the Lord ain't going to drive the white man out from amongst us if we keep loving white people, man. He ain't going to drive the white man out from amongst us if we keep joining his military, if we keep receiving MBEs. He's not going to drive the white man out. Because we love him so much, so the white man's just going to stay here and keep oppressing us. From there, give me Numbers chapter 14 and verse 1.
Numbers 14 and 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night, and all the children of Israel murmured against Moses.
All the what?
Children of Israel murmured against Moses.
All the children of Israel murmured against Moses. Listen, Moses was doing the right thing, man. Moses was trying to free them. Moses was trying to free black people. Same like we trying to free black people today. Seems like black people don't want to be free, man. Seems like black people want them chains on, want them cuffs on. Seems like black people like that slave ride, man. Seems like black people like to be on that slave ship. It seems like that slave ship must have been comfortable, man. Seems like we liked it. Go ahead.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt.
And listen, this is black people today, man. You try and free them, and they say that we evil ones. Say, how do you hate all white people? How do you say the white man's the devil? How do you do this? How do you do that? We trying to free black people, man. We trying to see black people off drugs. We trying to see black people not be shot. We trying to see black people not go on charter flights. We trying to see black people not be deported. We trying to see black people free and happy and living life. And people murmur against us all day long. People rather go back in time, man. People rather make a league with the heathen. People rather go live like the heathen, like it says in Maccabees. Go ahead.
Oh, would God, we had died in the wilderness, and wherefore have the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt?
Were it what?
Not better for us to return to Egypt?
Were it what?
Not better for us to return to Egypt?
Are we trying to free black people? But they want to still be slaves, man. They want to stay in slavery. They happy the white man's gave them a job. They happy. They be like, well, I got my British passport. I got my Burgundy passport. They're happy with that. They be like, I got my Burgundy passport. Black people are happy with that, man. They would rather be a slave instead of being free. We don't want to be free. We want this devil to have his foot on our neck forever. We want this devil to reign over us forever, man. And it just shows with John Barnes' comments. It just shows, man. He would rather be a slave. He would rather receive a paycheck. He would rather receive a paycheck and die a slave, man. He would rather die a slave instead of trying to get free. Instead of fighting for his nation. He'd rather just cuddle up with his white woman, go get an MBE from the Queen, put on the poshest British accent ever. He'd rather put on the poshest British accent ever, man. Go ahead.
And wherefore have the Lord brought us?
He would rather talk like a white man. You see, when white people say things, oh, black people don't talk properly. They start to say things like, oh, like this is what they say. If you don't talk white, you're not educated. Well, listen. I'd rather not be educated then, man. I'd rather not be educated then before I talk like a damn white man. I'm going to talk the way how I speak, man. Listen, black people, we speak slang, man. The way we speak is how we speak. Go ahead.
And they said one to another, let us make a captain.
Let us what?
Make a captain.
They said, let us make a captain, man. Let us have a leader. Let us have Martin Luther King. Let us have who's a black leader in England?
David Lammy.
Yeah. Let us have David Lammy. Let us make a leader, man. Let us have a leader. Let us become a good slave. Let us go back to hard bondage. In Egypt, there was hard bondage. Listen, there was making brick with stone and water, making pyramids, and there was slaves to the Egyptians. At this time, Moses took them out of Egypt. They said, "Let us go back. Let us go back to being. Let us go back to being bitches, man." So lucky, excuse my French. They said, "Let us go back to being the Egyptian man's bitch." Today, we want to be the white man's bitch. We want to defend the white man when he's murdering us. Go ahead.
And let us return into Egypt.
Let us return to being slaves, man. Egypt means bondage. Let us return to bondage, man. They wanted to go back with their hands like this, saying, "Master, we'll do everything you ask." They wanted to say, never mind Moses and the rest of them niggas that split the Red Sea. They want to say, never mind Moses splitting the Red Sea. That was just him. That was just Moses. We didn't agree to that. They want to say, never mind Moses turning the water into blood. Never mind Moses. Moses' staff eating up your stuff. They want to say, never mind that. That's him. He's on his own. But we don't think like Moses. We ain't nothing like Moses. We don't want to be like Moses. We want to come here and we want to be a good slave. That's black people today. They say, we don't think like the I.S.U.P.K. We ain't nothing like the I.S.U.P.K. They say that's them crazy niggas. That's their own thought process. They say we don't think like them. We love England. They say we patriotic, man. This is our home. We love white people. We can get along with white people. That's what they say. Meanwhile, we think like Moses in the UPK, man. We trying to free our nation, whereas the rest of our nation doesn't want to be free. They want to make a captain over them and go back down into slavery. David Lammy, John Barnes, they don't think how we think. They condemn us, man, because they love their oppressors. They love being a slave. From there, take me to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. That's how they think. We don't think like that, though. I'm going to tell you how we think. Well, we think like this. The white man's the devil, and he won't ever be coming up in this classroom, man. God. You think I could be sitting in this class and there's a devil in the seat trying to let... No way, man. Ain't no devil coming up in this classroom, man. How no? No devil ain't coming up in here. If you want to teach devils, go to the GOCC, man. One of their leaders is a devil, man. He reads Acts 13 and 1. He reads, listen, you see Acts 13 where it goes to certain prophets that was called Niger. They let the devil read that scripture, man. Listen, not in here. This is the I.S.U.P.K, the home of the truth. We ain't having no white men up in here reading no Acts 13 and 1. We ain't having no white man up in here saying, oh, he could be a spiritual Israelite. Ain't no white man coming up in here. Never, man. This ain't the place, man. If you're a white man and you know you like the Bible, try the GOCC, man. They'll give you an all-white outfit. They will have you at their Passover. They will have their women singing gospel songs. They will have their women marrying white men. They do that in them fake Israelite groups. We don't do that here. We ain't allowing none of our sisters to marry a white man up in here. But in the GLCC, you can go marry Liam Neeson, man. Liam Neeson was welcome to go to the GLCC. They would teach him. And then after class, he's just going to hit them all over the head with a kosh, man. Going to hit Rikashia over the head with a kosh. And then next week, Liam Neeson is going to be there again, man, to do the same thing. Not in the UPK. Go ahead. So lucky a brother-in-law said that, oh, GMS, he can join GMS, man. Liam Neeson can join the GMS in these gay Israelite groups. So lucky, excuse my French. Go ahead. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Ain't no white man coming up in here. The Bible says what?
Never trust thine enemy.
And the white man's our enemy, man. We ain't defending Liam Neeson because what?
Never trust thine enemy.
We ain't taking no MBE from the Queen because what?
Never trust thine enemy.
We ain't joining the white man's military because what?
Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible says never trust thine enemy, man. Never trust the white man, man. Look at his skin and understand this man's the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Look at him. Look at his nationality and be like, I ain't never trusted my enemy. Any man that can take you on a slave ship is your enemy, man. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Like as iron rusteth, man. Something iron is going to rust one day, man. One day it's going to rust. The white man's wickedness is going to come out one day. Liam Neeson might be nice to you on the movie set. He might be nice to you on the movie set when he's filming movies like Taken. Might work with a few niggas. Might work with you. And then guess what? Like as what?
Like as iron rusteth.
Like as iron rusteth, man. Like as iron rusteth. White man's wickedness has to come out.
God.
Guess what? He might be nice on set. And then one day, I was walking around for a week, ready to hit a black bastard over the head with a kosh. Like as iron rusteth. Liam Neeson, man. He's iron rusted, man. and he was going to kill any black person. He said he wanted to kill a black bastard. Like as iron rusteth, the Bible says never trust thine enemy. And you got to be a fool if you trust your enemy, man. John Barnes is a fool for trusting his enemy. Go ahead.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take...
Though he humble himself and go crouching, the white man humbles himself, man. Oh, that was a wicked thought process. I don't think like that. It was evil of me to think like that. Revenge is the wrong thing to do. Though he goes crouching, go ahead.
And humble himself.
And what?
Humble himself.
Though he apologizes and he goes on this Good Morning Britain and this morning and humbles himself, go ahead.
Yeah, take good heed and beware of
Yet
him.
what?
Take good heed.
Yet what?
Take good heed.
The Bible says take good heed, man. John Barnes, the Lord said take good heed. But because he humbled himself, you didn't read this part, you didn't take good heed, John Barnes. You want to get him a medal? Go ahead.
And beware of him.
And what?
And beware of him.
Listen, beware of him, man. John Barnes don't want to beware of him. He wants to give this white man a medal. He wants him to have a reward. He wants him to get an MBE. The Bible says, beware of him and take good heed, man. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
His rust have not been altogether wiped away. Like, listen, take good heed of him, man. Even though he humbles himself, don't trust him, man. Even though he humbles himself, take good heed of him. Go ahead.
Set him not by thee.
Do what?
Yes, set him not by thee.
Set him not by thee. Don't have no white man close by, in close proximity, man. Any white man close by me, listen, I got to keep an eye on him, man. I got to keep an eye on him. If I'm on the train or the bus and there's a white man on there, I got to stay awake and keep an eye on him, man. I don't know what that devil's going to try to do. Go ahead.
Yes.
And this is another thing. This is why we're all trying to get on the same flight for Passover. Because we don't want no devils on that flight, man. Hopefully we can occupy the plane, man. Hopefully all of us can be on the plane so I can get some sleep, man, and I don't have to worry about some white man. This is why we want to all book it and all go on the same flight. Go ahead.
When he have overthrown thee, he stand in thy place.
When he have what?
Overthrown thee, he stand in thy place.
This is what the white man does, man. When he took us into slavery, he overthrew us and he stood in our place. Go ahead.
So the day that David blessed that to be off like Passover.
So say that again.
The day that David blessed
exactly.
Off like.
Exactly, David Massey. Remember that guy and he called the woman a black bastard and he goes, movie before movie myself. Listen, hopefully he's on our flight when we fly into Passover, man. Hopefully he's on our flight, man. You got some binoculars, you might just see someone going through the window, man. So lucky, go ahead. You might just see him going through the window, go ahead.
He stand in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Neither what?
Let him sit at thy right hand. So
lucky, good night. How do the GLCC miss these scriptures, man? Neither let him sit at thy right hand, man. They got a devil all upon their tapes, man, right next to them. They have him at camp with them, man. Go ahead.
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
Good night. Go ahead.
And thou, at the last, remember my words.
And what?
At the last, remember my words.
And listen, some black people just have to learn the hard way because they don't listen. They don't listen, so they have to learn the hard way. Go ahead.
And be pricked therewith.
And be what?
Pricked therewith.
And be what?
Pricked therewith.
This is the problem, man. Because you're not taking heed to what it says in the Bible. Some people have to learn the hard way. Give me 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8.
First Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion.
It says be sober, be vigilant, because you what?
Adversary, the devil.
Your adversary, the devil, your enemy, the devil. The white man, that's our adversary, man. That's our enemy. Go ahead.
As a roaring lion.
Goes around as a what?
Roaring lion.
Neem Leeson. What's his name again? Neem Leeson. Neem Leeson went around as a roaring lion, man, with a kosh. For 7 days? Go ahead.
Walketh about, seeking
No,
whom?
hold on. It did what?
Walking about.
What did Liam Neeson do?
Walking about.
What did Liam Neeson do?
Walking about.
Liam Neeson went walking about. This was Liam Neeson's own words, man. Listen, Liam Neeson confirmed what the scripture's saying, man. Go ahead.
Seeking whom he may devour.
Seeking what?
Whom he may devour.
Liam Neeson went walking around, seeking whom he may devour with his kosh. He went walking around trying to kill a black man. Go ahead.
Seeking who he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith.
Who what?
Resist steadfast in the faith.
Listen, because we're close to the time, I'm going to quickly switch topic. Give me Job chapter 9 and verse 24. We're just going to talk about Windrush for 5 minutes. Obviously, I got a ton more scriptures on Liam Neeson, but we're gonna have to bring the rest of those out next week. I just want to quickly talk about this Liam Neeson, not Liam Neeson, Windrush.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth's given into the hand of the wicked, meaning what? The white man runs the earth. So this is why he dictates who's allowed to go to what country, who's allowed to stay in what country. The earth's been given into his hand, man. Which means this white man can decide, you know what, you've been here from your four. No sweat, I'm just gonna put you on a charter flight. I'm just gonna send you to a country you've never been. The earth's given to him, man. He runs the earth. Not realizing he's an illegal immigrant, man. Black people ruled Europe. We ruled Europe. America belongs to the Gadites, man. But Donald Trump's building a wall to kick the Mexicans out, man. The white man here kicking the Benjamites out. Not realizing we ran Europe during the Dark Ages. Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He what?
Covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
Says, if not, where and who is he? The white man's the devil, man. Read that again.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
And this is the white man. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. He runs this earth. He runs it how he wants. He thinks he's God himself. He covers the judges of the, like, he makes himself the ruling judgment. He puts himself in charge. He exalts himself over the Israelites, man. He puts himself above us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48. What's this nigga saying now?
Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord
and therefore what?
Shall serve thine enemies.
And this is the problem. We're serving our enemies, man. So they just ill-treat us, treat us like garbage, make us come and join their military, then send us all the way back home abroad. Go ahead.
The Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst.
We have to serve them in hunger and in thirst, man. We need to go to them for everything, man.
And in nakedness.
And in what?
And in nakedness.
We have to go for them in nakedness and want of all things. Go ahead.
And in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he shall what?
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And this is the thing, man. The white man puts a yoke of iron upon our neck, man. Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
And this is the problem, man. Listen, this nation came against us from far, took us, dropped us off at the Caribbean, made us work hard labor, told us we can come to England, there's jobs for us. We came on the Windrush, we came, charged us high in rent, made us do everything, made us do everything for them. And now they're kicking us out, man. So what do we need to do? Damn the white man, and we need to come together, man. Jump to verse 65, actually.
Verse 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease.
Amongst these what?
Nations thou shalt find no ease.
It says, amongst these nations thou shalt find no ease. Up until this day, man, we ain't finding no ease, man. White man whipping our back still, enslaving us. Listen, people think slavery is over, man. Yo, what you think your job is, man? What you think your job is? Why you think him paying you minimum wages? You can barely make ends meet, man. He does it on purpose. He knows what he's doing. The white man's the devil, man. Why do you think him making sacking you from your job, making you have to sell drugs? He does this because he knows, obviously, you're gonna see the drugs and you're gonna be like, oh, well, I got no money. Let me just sell these drugs. You know, let me just sell these drugs. He sets you up, man. And this is the thing, we can't fall into his traps no more. Let the white man just be a white man. Let him just be the devil he is, man. And anyone trying to defend the white man's a homosexual. What's that comment online? Read this homosexual's comments online, Salakia. Read it. It said a respectable white. Read it.
It's hilarious how you are condemning the Neeson action 40 years ago that he has clearly apologized for.
He said he's clearly apologized for. Listen, this is the problem, man. Black people are too forgiving, man. Is this brother even even an Israelite? Is he even a brother? Listen, what's his name? Obaid or Ramadan. Listen, if you're Israelite, your own Muslims don't even respect you, man. Your own Arabs don't even respect you. Go ahead.
That he clearly apologized for and clarified that it was out of rage.
That it was out of rage. Yeah, man. Listen, this is the problem, man. Our people are too loving, man. Our people love the white man too much. They're too forgiving. Apologize because it's out of rage. Listen, what about Mark Dogg and Jermaine Baker? What about the slave ships, man? Listen, where's the reparations and the payback for that? David Cameron said he's not giving no reparations. What you got to say about that, man? Go ahead.
Dyson, he goes, you can't hate all white people for what one white man done. But Liam Neeson hated all black people for what one black man done. Exactly.
So you mean to tell me that I can't hate all white people? What's his name? Obeido, how do you pronounce your Arab name? Listen, let me just say it in the microphone. The white man's the devil the Bible speaks of, and Islam is garbage. Islam is the dumbest religion on the earth. All they do is kiss a damn stone and have sex with underage girls. And listen, you ain't gonna have no 70 virgins when you die. Listen, Islam's a damn homosexual religion, man. Read on. Forget this homosexual. Read on.
And among these nations thou shalt find no ease.
And amongst what?
These nations thou shalt find no ease.
It says, amongst these nations thou shalt find no ease, man. We don't find no ease amongst these nations, man. We're working like dogs here, man. We're ill-treated here. From the give me Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. After this, I'm gonna hit the last precept. Give me a Psalms 49 and verse 11. Listen, this is the problem, man. Black people got Stockholm syndrome and love the white man way too much. How are you loving the white man and he's deporting your people, man? How are you loving him and he's deporting your people? I don't hear nobody siding with black people. I don't hear nobody saying, listen, I don't hear nobody saying, not all black people are bad. Not all black people stab people. Not all black people are this. Why don't no one defend black people, man? But then the one they defend the white man. Go ahead.
Because when it was the riots, all them packers and that, they'll look for any black man.
Exactly.
They just have innocent black
man. Exactly.
Just
because was black.
No one can say all black people are bad.
Exactly.
You got any? Exactly.
But then you have people that love the white man so much, probably damn lying in bed with a white man as he wrote the damn comment. Read that for me. Psalms 49 and verse 11.
Psalm 49:11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
This is the white man's thought that his houses are going to continue forever. But guess what? To whom it may concern, and to whomever loves the white man, once Christ comes, he's going to destroy him, man. He's going to burn everything he possesses to the ground. They think their houses is going to go on forever. They think they're going to rule over us forever. They think they're going to have this power over us forever. The day is coming, man. That day is fast approaching, man. Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all the generations. They shall call their lands after their own name.
They shall what?
Call their lands after their own name.
They shall what?
Call their lands after their own name.
They call their lands after their own names, man. They call their lands after their own names. The white man names America after himself. That's who doesn't want there, man. He names all these cities after himself. They name all the cities in every country they own after themselves. Because they believe the whole earth belongs to them. They think their houses is going to go on forever. Guess what? They can keep deporting us, man. Let them keep doing it. Because one day Christ is going to return, man. They're going to be put to death. And that's in the Bible. Give me the last precept. Give me Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1.
Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
And the what?
Serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
This is talking about the white man. The serpent is more subtle, man. He's more slick than any beast of the field. You think, listen, the white man, he knows that he wants to deport Jamaicans and whatnot. So what does he do? Puts drugs in the neighborhood, makes them go and sell it, and then he's got a leg to stand on, man. Don't be a fool, brother. Don't sell them drugs, man. Don't play into his hands. This devil is more subtle than any beast of the field. He will put drugs in your neighborhood. He will put things in your path which causes you to fall. Just don't fall for it, man. Come join the I.S.U.P.K. and you'll never fall for his games, man. He's more subtle than any beast of the field, meaning he's more slick than any other nation. Go ahead.
Which the Lord thy God hath made, and he said to the woman, yea, have the Most High.
Read that again from the top.
Now the serpent was more subtle.
The serpent was more subtle, man. This devil was more slick. This devil was conniving, like the white man is today. He's a conniving bastard, man. He makes you fight in his army, then he sends you home. He puts drugs in your neighborhood, doesn't give you a national insurance number, knows that he's not going to make you get a job, knows he's not going to make you get a job. And then what does he do? Sends you home, man. You get caught selling them drugs, he uses it to deport you because he's more slick and more subtle. Also with 21 Savage, they're being slick and subtle with him. Now they got him in a detention center, 23 hours a day, bang up. He's only allowed to be on the phone to his lawyer for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes. And then they do that because they said he can either leave America voluntary or he can wait months to take it to court. So they've not given him no TV. 23 hours, bang up. That's the white man being smart and subtle. Because they want 21 Savage to say, you know what? Just deport me. And then back then he ain't got a leg to stand on to get back in the country. Because they don't want him. And then they make the court date like 6 months away. So what they're trying to do with him is want him to sit in the center for 6 months. They want him to sit in the deportation center for 6 months with no TV, 23 hours a day, bang up. That's the white man being subtle, man. That's the white man being slick. That's the white man trying to get him to leave, man. He does it to all black people. He done it to a Jamaican brother I know, and the Jamaican brother said, you know what, just deport me, man. Because he got sick of sitting there 23 hours, bang up. That's what they do, man. And with that, we're gonna that's the end of it. And so lucky if I could, we're only out here for the blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. We're not out here for no Indian Muslims, no East Indian Muslims in the comments. Listen, go watch an Arabic class or something, man. Go watch some Allah, go watch some East Indians. Go watch some Al Jazeera. Go listen to Zach Knight or whatever. Go listen to whoever. Go blow yourself up for all I care, man. With that, we're going to do the prayers. We only care about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Damn the white man who's the devil the Bible speaks of. Damn these East Indians. We don't care about Amrit. We don't care about Muhammad. We don't care about Amrit Sangha or whoever. We don't care about Jazbinda. We don't care about Gurdeep. To hell with them heathens, man. Gurdeep and Jazmi and Jazbinda. We don't give a damn, man. We're only here for blacks and Hispanics, man. And Native American Indians. To hell with you East Indians, man. I don't give a damn what you got to say. With that, we're going to do the prayers, then we're out of here, man.
Okay. For the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of GEN.YAHANNA. Rule for a new brother and sister. The new brother or sister coming to school. They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10 for the Hebrew or Aishra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, Purim is the 18th and 19th of February, and Passover the 20th of April. Or I can check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all I.S.U.P.K social media. Anyone wants to get treated in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and headscarf. I'll be down and imagine. As the Lord's Prayer, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shankar, Yahweh, Balakukah, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ratazaka, Kawa, Haya, Washamayim, Lefananawa, Lekam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawakanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabawakanawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ainawa, Bana Sayawan, Abba, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'awalam, Aman.
In the English,
our Father,
art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name,
thy
kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
in earth,
as it is in heaven,
give
us this day, our daily bread, forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debt,
we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
lead us not into temptation,
but
deliver us
from evil,
thine is the kingdom,
and
the power,
and
the glory,
forever, so be, and the prayer for the power that have come. Yahweh, Bo Hashem Yahushai, Baba Kashar, Nafanina, Hakak, Lau Ba'ar, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Lataha, Hamatazarayam, Hakak, Lahakuya, Hamafia, Hakak, Awakawa, Hatama Allah, the Darashan, Bo Hashem Yahushai, the Wala Aman.
in the English, Yahweh,
in
the name of Yahweh,
please
give us the power,
power
to heal,
the power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of
disease,
and all manner of disease,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
in the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be the blessings, Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh, Wa Mayakta Allah, Wa Alahaya, Matazab Ya'as, Allah GEN.YAHANNA, Ha Allah Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kalayanyam, Wa Akwafim, Yahweh, Wa Hashem Yahushai, the water Aman.
in the English, bless you Yahweh,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and
the angels,
and
commanding General Yahweh,
generals, the generals,
captains,
the captains,
officers,
the officers, the troopers,
sisters,
and the sisters,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai, thank you,
so be
it.
Bless you, Yahweh,
King of
heaven and earth,
and
all things living,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
listen to us now,
right now,
from evils,
curses,
punishment,
destruction, and death
to the heathen,
that
speak against us,
speak against us,
prophets,
thy prophets,
the
teachers,
princes,
the princes,
priests,
the priests,
Israelite brothers,
and
the school,
evils,
curses,
and curses,
punishment,
destruction,
death,
and death
to the heathen,
and
shake loose,
the pockets
the rich of Israel,
that refuse to give to the school, force their riches,
enter into thy sanctuary,
and evils,
curses,
and curses,
punishment,
and destruction, and death
to the
Edomites,
nations,
and the nation,
the drug dealers,
and the drug dealers,
the
court system,
the
prison system,
Planned
Planned
Parenthood, all
Parenthood,
the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church, the Pope,
Islam,
Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan nations,
skinheads,
Posse Comitazi, gay movement,
the gay movement,
the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army,
Navy,
Air Force,
Marines,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
and the airwaves, cable access channels,
the cable access
and the
channels,
radio channels,
and the radio channels,
convict the spirit
of
any of thy people,
seek
to stop us,
that seek to stop us,
brings with death
and brings with death
to all
to all
the heathen
the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us,
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your words,
your words
throughout the planet Earth,
let loose
all the terrorists,
cause them to go
to and fro
through
the earth,
and destroy
cause the terrorists,
come
against America,
to come against America,
and destroy them
in
their stronghold.
Let America shake
at the hands
of the terrorists,
and Yahushua,
let Yahushua, Michael, and
Gabriel
come down
flying saucers,
to the flying saucers,
to all the heathens,
and to all the heathen that come up against us,
speak thy word,
as we speak thy word,
to be known,
cause it to be known by all
that is the angels
that is the angels
that have done it,
cause it to be spread to the media,
throughout the whole world,
cause them
to shake at thy coming,
in
in the name of Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua. Thank you, always, so be it. And the blessings, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barakana, Wayasha'ala, Wahabaya, Sapaya, Barakapah, Magan, but the Golden family,
or Israel,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Duwala Aman, and what blessing of the Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school, bless your shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua, thank you, and so be it. And with that, one question to the teacher, Benavisha, and Madam Shabbat, and Madam Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah,
Yah Jamata, class dismissed.